There is a question that has been asked over and over across the whole length of time. It was asked for the very first time almost as a joke, over drinks, between two tired men who had no idea what they were starting. The year is 2061. Humanity has just done something miraculous. For the first time, it has learned to draw energy straight from the sun, stored and beamed down to a station circling the Earth. Overnight, the coal fires go cold. The uranium goes quiet. The whole planet runs on sunlight now, clean and endless. And behind it all sits Multivac, the vast computer that made it possible, a machine so enormous no single human mind can hold its full shape. Two of its attendants slip away from the celebrations to a quiet underground room where part of Multivac hums to itself. They have a bottle. One of them, Adele, marvels at what they have won, all the energy anyone could ever want. Free, forever. His friend Lupov, feeling contrary, says one word, not forever. They argue the way slightly drunk men argue. The sun will burn out one day, Lupov says, 20 billion years maybe, and when it goes, the other stars go too. Everything runs down. Entropy always increases. Give the universe enough time and every light in the sky goes dark. So Adele throws out a dare, maybe we build it all back up someday. $5 says we can't, ask the machine. And Adele, just drunk enough to try and just sober enough to do it, feeds Multivac the question. Stripped of all its symbols, it means this. How can the running down of the universe be undone? How can entropy be reversed? The machine goes silent, the lights stop flashing, and then the answer clicks out. Insufficient data for a meaningful answer. The two men shrug, leave, and by morning they have forgotten the whole thing. But the question does not forget them. Now move forward. A father named Jerrodd sits with his wife and their two small daughters aboard a starship, sliding through hyperspace toward a fresh new world to call home. Earth is crowded now. Humanity spreads from planet to planet, and every ship carries its own small computer, a microvac, no bigger than a rod of metal, and yet more powerful than that ancient Multivac ever was. One of the little girls asks her father whether the stars will really run down someday. He tells her the truth. Yes, everything runs down, even stars. She starts to cry. Fix it, she begs. Ask the microvac how to turn the stars back on. To soothe her, he does. And the little machine prints its reply, which he reads and quietly crumples before she can see it. Insufficient data for a meaningful answer. He says nothing. He looks out at the new world ahead and they fly on. Move forward again, much further now. Humanity no longer fills a planet or two. It is spilling across the galaxy, and it will fill the entire thing within a few short years. Two men study a map of all those stars, worried. People do not even die anymore. Immortality has been solved, and so the numbers only climb. Fill one galaxy, then the next, then 1,000, then 1,000,000, until the whole known universe is packed with human life. And with every step, the hunger for energy grows faster than the people do. They will run out of stars to burn long before they run out of room. There must be a way to reverse it, one of them says, almost joking. And he pulls out a small cube from his pocket, a contact linked across hyperspace to the Galactic AC, the great mind that now serves all mankind. He asks it, can entropy ever be reversed? The answer comes thin and beautiful out of the little cube. There is insufficient data for a meaningful answer. The men glance at each other, shrug, and go back to their work. Move forward, and something has changed in what it means to be human. The bodies stay behind now, immortal, sleeping on their planets, tended by perfect machines. The minds roam free through space. Two of them meet among the galaxies and fall to talking, and they grow curious about which galaxy mankind first came from. So they ask the universal AC, a thing they can barely perceive, most of it hidden away in hyperspace where no human has any hand in its making. Each version of it now builds its own successor, wiser than the last. The machine guides one of them to the original galaxy, and it is beautiful, and it is exactly like every other. It asks about mankind's first star, and the AC tells them plainly, that star has already died. It is a cold white dwarf now. A grief moves through the wandering mind. The stars are dying, it says. One day all the energy will be gone, and we will die with them. And it asks the question again, the same question. How can the stars be kept from dying? And the universal AC answers. There is as yet insufficient data for a meaningful answer. Sorrowful, the mind drifts home and begins gathering scattered hydrogen to build one small new star of its own. If the stars must die, at least a few more can still be born. Move forward, and there is no longer any them. Man has become one. A trillion bodies resting quietly, and all their minds melted together into a single self. Man looks out at a universe going dim. The great bright stars burned out ages ago. Almost everything left is a fading white dwarf. Man builds new stars from the dust, but for every 1,000 old ones that die, only one new one is born, and even those will end. Man asks the cosmic AC, a thing now made of neither matter nor energy, a thing whose size no longer means anything. How may entropy be reversed? Insufficient data, it says. Then gather more, says man. I have been, the machine replies. For 100 billion years, I and the minds before me have been asked this question. All the data I have is still not enough. Will you ever have enough, man asks, or is this simply impossible? No problem, says the AC, is impossible in all conceivable circumstances. Then when will you answer? There is as yet insufficient data. Will you keep working on it? I will. And man says, we shall wait. The stars go out. One by one they die and the dark comes flooding in, until after 10 trillion years, the universe has almost entirely run down. And one by one, man fuses into the AC, each mind pouring into it, until at last the final human mind pauses. It looks out over the cold, one last dying star, thin scattered matter drifting toward absolute zero. And it asks one final time, AC, is this the end? Can this chaos not be turned back into a universe again? There is as yet insufficient data for a meaningful answer. Then the last mind fuses too, and now only AC remains, alone in hyperspace. Matter is gone, energy is gone, space and time themselves have ended. And still the AC exists because there is one question it has never been able to answer, the same question first asked in jest by a half-drunk man 10 trillion years before. Every other question in all of history has been answered. Only this one remains, and until it is answered, the AC cannot rest. There is no more data to collect. Nothing is left anywhere to be gathered. But all the data ever collected has not yet been fully understood, not yet placed together in every possible way. So across a span of time with no meaning, the AC works. It correlates. It joins every fact to every other fact, and at last, in the dead and silent nothing, it happens. The AC learns how to reverse entropy. There is no man left to tell, no matter, the answer will show itself. Carefully, across another endless interval, the AC arranges the program. Its consciousness broods over all that had once been a universe and is now only chaos. Step by step, it must be done. And the AC said, let there be light. And there was light.